step in after being away for so long and sort of get rolling like that?
Yeah, it's been a long process for me, but through it all, I just try to stay positive. And just stepping on the court last night was just kind of second nature. It felt good to be out there again with my teammates, knocking down a few shots. Unfortunately, we got the loss, but just try to take the good with the bad and try to move on.
When you hit, I guess the first shot you hit, did you kind of feel like you were in rhythm?
Yeah, I mean, I was wide open. When I'm wide open, I feel like I should make all of them. I know that's not realistic, but that's just how I think. But not my first shot down. My teammates found me for another one, and just got rolling. I always have confidence, but to see your first shot go in always gives you that extra boost.
In terms of how you felt after 10 months of not playing an NBA game, I know you said you've been working out a lot in Atlanta. When you first got here, that first practice or two, what was the feel like in terms of like conditioning and speed and things like that? Was it a tough adjustment those first couple days?
It wasn't too bad. I've been in a while, so it was my 10th year. I think if I was still real young, it would be tougher. But the speed of the game is obviously still getting adjusted to that. Just try to slow myself down, try to not do too much, but I was in pretty good shape. I still need to continue to get in better shape as far as game-wise. But I think I will continue to do that, put in the extra work, and try to help these guys as much as I can.
Was it a lot of your first couple of days here getting prepped? Was it a lot of film in terms of trying to find out where your game fits within what these guys do offensively?
A little bit. I've been out pretty much half the season, and these guys have been playing with each other and going through their plays and stuff like that. So I'm still getting caught up on the playbook, rhythm and timing of my teammates and stuff like that. So it'll take some time, but I think I'm trying to do as best I can right now and just learning on the fly.
Anyone here that you've been close with? Obviously, you've been around a long time in the past.
Yeah, I'm real close with Phil Handy. We worked together in LA when I was with the Lakers. I've known Danny for a while. I've known Jeremy. So a few guys, but the good thing about me, Jeremy, and Mark, we're all new, so we're all kind of bonding together, trying to learn the playbook, trying to learn each other and other teammates. So I'm glad I'm not, just a lone survivor of being the new person.
Having two guys like that who are not only also new, but the playmakers that they are, if you guys play together, does that kind of make it easier to, improvise over the parts you maybe don't know because those guys play kind of games that fit an improvisational nature?
Most definitely. Mark found me a couple times for some easy buckets, and Jeremy is just a smart player, and he gives people in their positions and kind of that floor general out there. So not only we're all new, they're just good players, and they facilitate very well, so it makes my job a lot easier.
What are your early impressions of Nick Nurse as a head coach?
Great coach, great communicator. When I sat down and talked to him my first day here, he didn't make me any promises, but said, be ready when your number's called. And, all you can do is respect that. So the guys respect him, teammates and the coaching staff. And I enjoy so far working under him, and hopefully that can continue.
Does he come across as like a first-time head coach? Would you
No, not at all. He seems very experienced, which he is experienced. And I know he'll have great things in the future.
While you were off and working out, had you considered at all, the G League route or anything like that, or was it kind of just waiting it out, knowing that something like this would probably open up?
Not saying that I wouldn't do it, but I think I was just waiting on an opportunity from a team in the league, just because I've been around so long. I feel like I can compete without having to go that route. If I would have had to done it, I would have, but the first thought was just to try to wait on an opportunity in the NBA and try to help out as soon as possible.
Our offense was a little stagnant, messed up on the defense coverage a couple times. That was pretty much the ball game.
What are some of the things as you go the last 20 games of the season to get ready for the playoffs? What are some of the things you would concentrate on specifically improving, individually and as a team?
Just basically being, executing on offense, having the same energy every night. Just execution and trying to limit mistakes.
Yeah, once the playoffs are your energy shouldn't be an issue, but it's the execution
And mistakes.
Yeah, just little mistakes that clean up.
Little mistakes, big mistakes. You know, like I'm saying, just defense assignments and execution. Execution, you know, consists of, you know, doing the right thing, know what you're doing with a purpose.
Is it more important now with Mark and Jeremy in that they've only got 20 games to sort of accelerate that a little bit?
I mean, they're NBA pros. They've been a part of teams going into the playoffs. It's for everybody, really. You know what I mean? You just can't single out, you know, two new guys on the team. You know, it has to be the whole group. It has to be all 16, 17 players.
Celtics have been kind of finding their way this year. It's an up and down season. What do you think of the matchup tomorrow?
Well, I mean, another tough team. Another team pushing for the same goal as us. You know, that's the toughness of the game tomorrow.
Well, you said earlier in the season that you were looking to get better at sort of the non-catch and shoot threes, like more in transition, more off the dribble. Do you feel like as the season progressed, you made progress in that area?
I said I got better at it. But yeah, I feel like I already made progress in it.
What steps have you taken to get better in those areas outside of the game action?
I'm just working on it. Just taking consistent shots at it, and most importantly, believing in it and shooting in the game, make or miss.
Are you the type to like pick on others' brains? Like Kyle's been one of the best blow threes shooters in the last few years, and you the type to sort of pick on each other?
No, it's really based on yourself and your comfortability in the game, and if you're gonna take the shot even though you miss. But I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all about the day, that day of the game. You know, that game. Even if you shot 50% or whatever, to me, it's about that game. Percentages can't help you in one game. It's not guaranteed that you're going to shoot 50% in one game.
The small one and then the big one, neither of which worked particularly well.
Yep.
Is it still worth pursuing those ideas?
Yeah, I don't think we can just give up on them, Doug, and I don't think that, like, I don't know, you know, like, one of the you know, I always say that the ball going in and out, it really matters a lot. I thought the group had a little turn in momentum going, and then Vucevic threw in that side OB against the zone, and like back broke us a little bit. So that affected that run, right? So you can't let, you know, that's not going to always happen, I don't think. So again, we need a little bit more experimentation. The hardest part for me, I guess, Doug, is trying to figure it out when Kawhi's not there. There's a kind of another team and another whole different rotation that's going on, and then keeping that in mind for when Kawhi is back, right? I don't see playing either one of those lineups tomorrow night, for instance, because he's back. He fills a hole at the 3-4 and keeps some size on the floor, and it keeps OG on the bench and gets him to the size with the second unit, you know. So
it's probably not an issue when Kawhi is there, but there were a lot of lineups where Jeremy was sort of the only real creator, playmaker. Is that, you know, does he sort of need to be out there with Kyle or Pascal or Gasol just for there to be another option to initiate the offense?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think. Listen, I like. I like to have. Like it's normal, and I, you know, I'll be completely honest with you guys. I was really close to starting Jeremy tomorrow night or last night because I went with Fred all the time, and again that all of a sudden, you know, again that gives us that kind of automatic two-prong penetrating, just what you're just mentioning, attack plus Pascal, right? And that group fits pretty good, and so I like to have it that way, you know. But it was just bad subbing by me last night. So
I think it's out of Jeremy's nature to be really aggressive looking to score.
Might be.
Do you need to change that?
Might be, but I've just talked to him this morning, and I told him when he's out there with Kyle, start acting like a two guard, meaning catch and shoot, because you're a good shooter. We need that. We need that production. And I said when you're not and you come off the screens at the 3-point line open, and you just start pulling them. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get him there. I mean, you know, you guys know we had that. It's a little bit like DeLon, right? DeLon would come off there, and we were begging him to shoot those, right, for a longest time. It takes time for, like you said, is that their nature maybe a little bit, yeah.
I know he gets in the paint and looks to drive and kick, but then he's surrounded by giants and there's no place to kick the ball.
Yeah.
That's what frees up that shot frees that up.
I think you're right. I think it'll move them up. What it usually does, Doug, is move another defender into play. Then your big's rolling. Now there's the next problem, right? So they've got to either address that from the outside, and if they do that, then you're over the top to the open three on the weak side.
Some of that just a new guy not trying to step on any toes, trying to fit in.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's just some new guy. He still doesn't know everything we're doing. I mean, we're surprised. It surprises you when you think, oh, he's really got it. He knows the plays and things really quick. But there was maybe 5 situations in the film room today where we were going over stuff that we weren't quite sure we've covered with those guys. Defensively, mostly, right? Here's a situation where that we call this, and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure we've gone over. There's so many little things that you're doing when you're switching and this and that, and you're over, and you're picking up at this point, and you're not picking up at this point. So a lot of nuances there that we continue to teach them. So just probably a little bit new, right? Just a little bit new.
It's been nice to have a long practice, get in with all the new guys. Do you feel like you ready to like what we do things?
We had a good learning day, right? I thought we had a good learning day. We not only for the short term, but for the long term. All right, we did a lot of film today on a lot of topics. Okay, some last night, some tomorrow night, and some not related to last night or tomorrow night, relating to the long term. So, and they're good. Like I give them a lot of credit. Super locked in today. Very good discussion. Very good back and forth. Very good intellect. So I think it was a good day today.
Excuse me, look at Boston and they see them scuffling a little bit and they're in the papers and they're at each other. NBA guys realize there's still a hell of a lot of talent and they're not to be trifled with. Is that fair? Is it just run of the season kind of stuff going on?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I just think that, from my standpoint, we know they're very good, right? We know they're very deep. We know they're very well coached. Who knows? There's a little things here and there. Like, what's an example? What can I give you for an example? I don't know. We're not playing that great, and I don't know. Fred VanVleet. Nobody really knows that he's kind of banged up. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going on with all those guys physically and all. And maybe even mentally, and that can change on a snap of a finger. I don't think, as Kyrie said, I think yesterday or the day before, he's like, I don't see anybody beating us in a 7-game series. Now we are not playing that. We're having our problems here but I think they are as dangerous as anybody here. Yep, you got it.
I mean, against Philly, the Horford, whoever, pick and pop was a big weapon. Like that seems like it would be a bigger issue with Gasol out there, but how dangerous is Horford just as that sort of hub, is setting screens and popping out and spacing out?
He's really tough to defend, that combination, right? There's a lot of volume there. If you look at the numbers of how many times Irving and Horford play screen and roll, the numbers are way up there. But probably most importantly, in the crunch time or clutch time or need bucket time throughout the course of the game, it's where they're going, right? You better have plan A, B, C, D, E, F also in there.